Cum saw is ready.
Cum saw. He comes a saw. A whole saw comes out his dick, and you watch it happen. You're like, yo, are you good?
Hey.
Is your dick good, bro?
I'm gonna saw your head off, Spider-Man, with my cum. Oh, yeah.
That's insane.
See
That's
him
very...
straining.
It hurts so much, Spider-Man. Or Man-Spider, because you weren't Spider-Man yet. It hurts so much. The human spider, right? What was it?
No, he was Spider-Man.
Oh, wait, he was Spider-Man. He wanted to be called the human spider,
Yeah,
right?
it was a human spider, but when they introduced him as Spider-Man.
And then he called him Spider-Man. Yeah, that's right. So
you got a name, kid? It's like human spider. It's like,
human spider. That's
sucks.
fucking gay. That is shit. You're a piece of shit.
dumb.
You know that? I
right?
had a chainsaw for an arm, you pussy. You're a pussy.
Just no reason. I had a chainsaw for an arm. Okay.
He's aware of what actor he is. That's scary.
He's aware of who he was once upon a time.
Oh my god. Anyway, guys, welcome to the Snark Tank podcast.
Hey.
Let me get the doc open. I haven't. So the simplest things you take for granted: opening a Google Doc,
Having your internet work.
Yeah.
Things, man.
Yeah.
It's not like it's free. That's
who
what
you
bothers
rocking
me.
with?
It's not like it's
Who's
free.
who's your
That's the
company?
thing.
Is it like a turf thing? What's going on?
So let me just get this out of the way because, like, I'm sure a lot of people don't go on Twitter or whatever, right? So I have been having this like all-out fucking war with Spectrum. I've had it has gotten to the point where the internet's gotten so bad that I had 3 technicians come to the apartment. Each of them, not like at once, okay, not like a team. Not like a special ops, like, a fire team of fucking technicians. One in the morning, one in the middle of the day, one at night. Because my internet dies like an average of 20 times a day for random periods that are just, it's never consistent. So, you know, if you're considering, using Spectrum as your service provider, I would instead... maybe sell yourself into sex slavery or, do literally anything else because I cannot describe. I'm actually like really invigorated by the amount of, it's been a long time since I've been this sincerely angry to the point where I'm like bordering on villainy. You know what I mean? Like I actually felt today, like maybe there is a type of human life that isn't really all that valuable. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's plausible that some people do intrinsically matter less.
Oh,
and that to me is the CEO of this fucking company. I will throw a party when he is dead. I am not saying. By the way, that's not a threat. That's not like me like threatening to kill this man. I would never.
It's a simple
When
I
he
would never do
expires,
that.
when he passes away.
I am simply telling you.
When he dies, you will celebrate.
When I have his name, I have Google alerts turned on for his name. I'm not even kidding. When this man passes away and I get that notification on my phone, a Cheshire cat smile, if you will spread across my face in an almost sensual way. Like I will never feel.
Okay, so
Hey,
I'm hosting
there we
now.
go.
What's up, guys? All right, now that the cyborg died, Chris is going through extremely horrible Wi-Fi situation. So
As you can obviously tell.
as you can
I
see,
can
he's
still hear him,
frozen
too.
in time. So, guys, this week's also going to be a bit of a shorter episode. I'm really sorry about that. Not much is happening at the moment. Where Twitch has been wilding out again. Some stuff's happened on Twitch, Derek. I don't know if you've seen it.
There is a gambling scandal, right?
I heard something was going on. So there's a gambling scandal on
so
Twitch.
there was a gambling thing, and then I know these Twitch streamers were exposing each other for some weird shit that was happening. I don't know the people other than one of the guys. XQC was a part of it.
Okay, I know who XQC
But there were some
is.
there were some other people that were in it. A guy named Miz or Matt, I can't remember. It might be Miz. It's just somebody exposed him for he possibly assaulted somebody. Oh no. He did something shady, and then he basically said, oh, don't you try to blackmail me.
By
because
revealing someone else did something
you assaulted some. Yeah, it was some crazy shit that I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but people that are like hyper aware of this have so much popcorn. They have so much, and I'm like, yo, I don't understand. I kind of want to know, but I don't know. I only know the most. Oh, there goes
He's
Chris.
He's gone.
Rip in peace.
So
He'll be back. Hopefully, he's still recording. You know, he's still recording.
He's probably screaming. So it's probably going to be an intro to him screaming and cursing. Oh yeah, and then he's gonna come back. So,
oh man, yeah. This is. I can't imagine how angry he is. He didn't even get to finish his rant on how badly he wants the CEO, or when the CEO perishes, he's gonna dance and possibly even visit the funeral, and probably slap him up a little bit if it's open casket. I just imagine.
Put hands on him.
Can you imagine? You ever see that video? Hey yo, is that video fucking?
Well, this motherfucker ain't dead.
Real.
This motherfucker ain't dead, and he slaps him.
He slaps, and then everyone's screaming in the background and shit.
That has to be a fake video. It
has to be fake, but like it's done so well.
That has to be a fake video, but in the climate of the world we live in, that does not seem impossible at all.
That is very It doesn't seem
impossible. Like I feel like. That's some shit that's gonna become a trend in like a year or two. slap a dead body child. Let's go invade a mortuary and play with dead titties or something like that. Like, that shit wouldn't surprise me at all. People have what is considered comedy, dude. Dancing is comedy now.
Yeah, I don't.
That blew my mind. Dancing's an art form similar to comedy's art form.
Sure,
but now dancing's a joke. Yeah, Chris is like dancing. I don't get how he says that. That's, as a Hispanic person, that blows my mind. Dancing is like literally. I think it's impressive. I think even bad dancing is impressive almost. Like when people get up and they just dance, I'm like, that's pretty cool. The fact that you're even doing that, it's still respectable.
It's like those Fortnite dances where a lot of them look really goofy to me, but have you tried doing them? They're not as easy as you think.
The floss. I learned how to do the floss, bro. That shit's not an easy dance at first. You get it eventually. It's just a simple rhythm. I've like most dances.
You don't just pick it up immediately. You don't just be like, I can do it, and then you immediately do it. No, it takes a minute. It takes a minute, and you're like, now I got the rhythm down. And it's like a lot of the things. Even that, like, what's the one when you're like doing that, like that hop skippy thing?
And the shoot. Yeah, that dance is not easy. I can do it, but it's not easy at all.
It's not easy to do. You got to have a little bit of athleticism just to keep it up. Otherwise, you're so like you got to appreciate it, even if you think it looks stupid as fuck, right? Like it takes some.
He's built different from us, man. He's got a different perspective. Also, this one is for all of our listeners online. Sorry, about a week or so ago, we had an episode go missing, right? 124 was not on Spotify. We are really sorry. That has been rectified. So please, if you guys are listening right now, go check out episode 124. It's up there. It's alive. It's on.
Do you know how did it get resolved? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it wasn't on there. It just showed up eventually.
That's the thing where I noticed, because when I went and checked our analytics, I saw that we had a bump in a few thousand more downloads, and I'm like, oh, so I checked it and I saw that it was on, and I'm like, okay, how did this happen? Was it Podbean? Did our host screw us over? But that's the one that, like, I don't know. I have no idea what happened, but.
Well, it's there now, guys. Go enjoy it now. You saw my laundry in the back of my bed? That's my laundry. I didn't fold it yet. It's just in the back of my room.
And you have a katana.
Yes, in case shit gets crazy.
Yeah?
Shit gets crazy, bro. Katana.
You really do think you're Virgil, don't you?
I want to be him, bro. I want that coat, bro. I want that fucking.
You want
that coat? You can't tell me he don't look dripped the fuck out. You're crazy,
bro.
He looks drippy, bro.
Bro, that's like saying like 1700 French people were like all. I mean, maybe they were dripped out.
There's drip there. You can see it.
Like he looks like all these like I like that whole universe because like so much shit that is not cool is considered cool in that universe. Like you see that that weird version of him with like V or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that guy would have gotten beat up in school every fucking day, right?
Yeah, but he's got demons. So the way he looks up on him.
Well, you can't do nothing to him, but it's just like But he looks a certain way that there's a bunch of like kids that's played DMC5, and they were like, "Yo, that dude looks so fucking rad." And now they're like,
he's the Seam kid. He's making. I think he's an insult to Seam kids. The Seam goth emo kid that's like, haha, you guys look and sound stupid. But then Virgil's got the katana and he's got that fucking coat and he's drip. It's drip. It's straight up.
It's so faucet. Embarrassing to me, bro.
It's faucet, bro. You can't tell me it's not, man. You can't tell me it's not.
Could you clarify something for me? There is a sound that is it Virgil's sword makes. It sounds like a sonic boom kind of sound, like a boom kind of thing. You have to know what I'm talking about. What is that?
Oh, what's up, dude? You're back.
Hey!
Look who's back.
I was just masturbating.
Hey, you just missed it. The CEO of Spectrum called in.
Oh, really? That's sick.
He joined the chat and everything. He was like, "Fuck
and
you,
he was
Chris."
He was like, "Fuck this nigga, Chris." He's white as shit, and he was like, "Fuck this nigga, Chris." This bitch made ass nigga, and I'm like, dude, you can't speak like that. He's like, no, it's cool. I'm from New York, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm Puerto Rican. I'm from New York, and he said nigga, but it had a bit of an R sound at the end, and I didn't want to question him. I just kept quiet. He said he's richer than me. It doesn't matter.
I don't know if Thomas M. Ruffledge is from New York exactly, but
you never know. Bro.
I know what rough ledge that nigga can go to. You know what I mean? You know, he can go on a rough ledge.
Jump off or like?
I
didn't say that.
I would rather wake up bound and gagged by Andrew Tate than see this man.
Damn, bro.
Street. Like I really can't even believe
you'd become a high value man if you get bound and gagged by Andrew Tate. He would evolve into a high value man.
You know what's funny though? I can still like for a good like minute or two, I can still see and hear you guys. After I cut out.
Oh, really?
You just can't communicate. You're like a ghost, pretty much.
Well, I can just like say shit.
You can. I was thinking like, I wonder if there was like a Yelp or any type of thing that I could just leave in the audio. So you're gone, but then you just still hear you just like
What are you guys talking about?
Man, we were talking about Jose Canseco.
Oh yeah, rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Oh,
wait, did he just die for reals?
Yeah, he died this morning.
You're lying.
Yes.
Why lie?
I gotta catch up real quick. You know,
I'd lie about people being fucking dead.
I'm feeling. I'm having this is my Joker moment today. I think I snapped today.
Yeah.
All right. What had happened? Oh, the Cyberpunk show came out. Sorry to interrupt you.
Did you say Cyberpunk show?
Yeah. Edge Runner came out. Very good show, man. Very, very good.
I like it quite a bit. I haven't finished it yet, but it's surprisingly good. It's an anime.
It's anime.
It's like
I've heard nothing about this.
Really? It's been all over Twitter. Like I've seen
Very popular.
it's called Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and it's pretty fucking good. Like it reminds me of it's animated very similarly to like Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, same animators.
Yeah, that makes sense. But it's an anime, very much Castlevania style, where it's like, oh, hey, here's a fucking video game property. Let's make an anime out of it because it makes the most sense. And it kind of does. Like, I'm glad they're animating this instead of doing some fucking.
They couldn't do live action. That's just. They could try to do it, but it's just. That's worse than making superhero live actions. You know. Like, it's just like, don't do this.
Significantly worse.
Like, don't do this. All the prosthetic
significantly
work,
worse.
There's gonna have to be so much like natural prosthetics that it would just take. It would just be worth. It would be worth. It was not worth it. It's not worth it, but it's very good. I enjoyed it a lot. A lot of very, very, very cool characters, cool designs. One of the drinks
sounds very gay.
I mean.
You're not selling me at all. Give me something.
Give me something. There's a lot of people. Every time someone dies, they explode though. Like there's no clean deaths. Only one person has a death where they die kind of fine. Everybody else they pop.
And is this is this Netflix? What is this?
Netflix.
What is this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so the entire series is already like released and stuff.
Mm-hmm. All 10 episodes.
Okay.
Half an hour long.
All
It's pretty good. You guys should give it a watch. It also made a lot of people go back and play Cyberpunk now that the state of the game is not as horrible as it was before.
$30 right now too. So
So
if you never played it, might as well grab it.
I was halfway through the game, and now I'm a little further. I'm like leveled like 35 in the game, and the game is it's a really fun experience. You know, it's definitely a kind of game that like everyone can play and have a different time playing the game entirely.
It's a good video game.
I think I've always thought it was, but it's horrible release, definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's such a what's frustrating about that game is that it's so good, and then to have ruined it the way they did, because you'll never be able to talk about that game without bringing up how poorly it released.
There's always going to be someone that like, no matter how much good you objectively have in that game, no matter how cool the fight with Atom Smasher is, no matter how sick it was putting a nuke inside a building and then setting it off, and then you and freaking Morgan Blackhand are like trying to get out the building, no matter how many like insane moments there is, there's always going to be someone like, yeah, but like you couldn't do this at first, and all this shit was going on, and it was a buggy mess. So like, it's not even,
but that's the thing, it's like they did that to themselves. They fucked themselves over. Like I don't even blame the people who are like, yeah, well, you know, this game has a sour taste in my mouth, and it's like, yeah. That's CD Projekt Red. They fucked it up.
Very,
they really
very
should not have.
It's just weird. Doesn't it seem like if people delayed and then they would don't, in my opinion, maybe I'm totally wrong, but it seems like they would profit more.
They would
if
profit
they did
more.
delay, take the loss, that quarter loss, and then when they release it, pretty much ready. Let's say 98% ready, because it's never like 100 fucking percent. You think that like it would be more of an incentive to even myself, because I specifically, I know it is your job, Chris, but it is not my job to play games. So buying a game brand new is so fucking rare for me. Yeah. Mainly because I wait for things to be ironed out, because everything has some sort of issues. Elden Ring, I unfortunately had some issues that, even though I thought it was hilarious when I thought about it, I'm like, oh, it kind of robbed me of my experience a little bit. Like, especially like I read that fucking fire giant.
Yeah, I was so lucky. I was so mad because everybody was like, "Oh, I fought the fire giant and I got all my souls back, so I leveled up even more." And I'm like, I had to fight him. I had to fight him.
I also the final fuck, I forgot his name. It's been too long. Like it's been a few months now.
Is it Godfrey?
But when he. Yeah, when he like takes his shit off and he's just like a regular person.
Yeah,
he's like a warrior or whatever.
Or Luke, yeah.
Thank you. That experience was ruined for me too. Where I think I had to, when he did his transformation, half of his life was gone already, and I was like, what the hell's happening? I was like, what's happening? it was so weird. But anyway, I'm getting too deep into that. I just feel like it just seems to make sense at this point, and I also feel like people are finally starting to revolt a little bit. They're finally starting to push back. I'm seeing things that I haven't seen before with people being so tired of these games doing this shit, and I pay attention to the sports side too, and I think people are like getting close to the point where how you feel about your internet, Chris, and people are like, they're ready to string up people in EA and 2K and all this shit because they're like, bro, you can't keep just giving us the same shit, especially, I know none of you probably give a fuck about Madden. I barely give a fuck about Madden. I used to play football games back in the day.
I care about Madden a little bit. I have
Madden.
I have Madden 2020.
Oh wow! Well, that's impressive. That is impressive because I don't have any. 2K is a little bit better. Actually, it's not even close. 2K has a bunch of problems, but it's infinitely better than the shit that Madden pulls. It is. If anybody, you don't have to be interested in fucking Madden just to watch. Like, for example, watch Angry Joe's review on Madden 23. Just go watch that and just see and how mind-boggling it is. That I remember when my former roommate bought Madden 13. Dude, Madden 13 looks exactly like Madden 23. That is how absurd it is. It's fucking incredible how fucking shit it is. And I feel like people are finally at the end of the ropes. They're like finally like, okay, bro, I can't keep giving you guys $60, $70. And I don't know. Hopefully, hopefully something changes, man.
The problem is very obvious. What happens is there are people. What happens is that game designers and people that make video games care. So they're like, hey, we have to finish this or get it as close to finish as we can. But then what happens is that there's a corporate arm of video games now that didn't exist when we were younger. It didn't exist at least the same way, where it's like you promised this.
Oh, wait. Is Chris gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, but I still hear you.
It's like, so they're pretty much like, you promised us this, right? You promised us this game.
Yep.
We want it by this time because we need to make our money back. I don't care if it's not finished. If it's not finished, patch it later on. People will buy it. We'll get our reimbursement back. They'll shit on you guys for fucking up the experience.
Right.
And then we'll leave scot-free with all this money.
I mean, it is. You're 1,000% correct, because the developers, right? The devs don't get that massive slice of pie. I think the devs are on a salary. They're getting their money. That's what you're getting. The other people that are collecting at the top, they're getting their bonuses, getting all this crazy shit. So it is in no interest of the developers to rush the game, especially all these people, like you said, they want to finish this game. That's why they got in the gaming industry in the first place, right? They're developers. They want to develop games.
The vast majority of them love video games. The vast majority of them love video games.
So they don't want. I just feel like the only thing I hate that they're forced to lie or be silent. That's the thing that, like,
transparency is the key, bro. It's the key for communication in any form of relationship, period. Literally. Any relationship, whether your parents, your kids, consumers, and people that are making things, relationship, like a sexual relationship, communication is how it works. And if they 100%. Just communicated that, like, hey, look, at the point right now, we're not ready to release the game, you know? We're just not ready. It's not done. Like, think of it like this. This game I've really talked about for a time, Baldur's Gate 3, right? Baldur's Gate 3 is not done yet. They released an early access version of it, and it's been early access for like nearly a year and a half right now. It's been a while, almost 2 years.
It's been way too long.
Almost 2 years. Too long. Granted, COVID happened. A lot of shit happened, and I really want this game. I really want a game, but Larian Studios is very vocal about the game we want to give you and where we are now, where we're delayed to. We just can't give it to you yet, but we're working on it. Right now, they revealed that either end of the year or beginning of next year it's going to drop. And that's fine because they've been transparent about it, you know? We know that they're doing this. They're not making 4 or 5 games right now. They're just making Baldur's Gate, and the way that game is shaping up, it's gonna be the new Dragon Age Origin. It's gonna be that kind of game where it's like, oh, this is like the benchmark for RPGs on computers in general right now. And I'm fine. I'm okay with that. It's like, yo, just take your time. You guys are making something that's insane, a whole living, breathing world. This system that they're making is going to probably be reused for other video games and like other settings of D&D worlds. So I'm okay with that. And that's what we need. But you never get that from big corporations. You get it from like little independent studios being like, hey, we're not ready yet. And it's fucked and it's broken, but
it's super rare. It's super rare when you have any type of like, it's like God of War has actually been pretty consistent about this. Even when God of War 3 was delayed, I think, by like a year or something.
Well, it's be 07 and it came out 08. I remember.
Yeah, and I remember like people, we were all fucking like tripping or something. Something like that. And same with just what's going on with Ragnarok. It should have been released already. It's just, like I said, they're just straight up, we need more time. Straight up. And everyone's like, we're cool with that. Because we want, like, who the fuck wants to play a busted game? That's the whole thing that's crazy. And then, look, so at the end of the day, I know you can blame all the people at the heads in the beginning, but at the end of the day, we are the consumers. And it does upset me greatly that these people could vote with their dollars by not fucking buying an unfinished game. That's what's so upsetting. That's the most upsetting thing.
That's what Nintendo need. People need to do that shit to Nintendo. They need to do that to Nintendo badly. Like
the way people
suck Nintendo's dick is outrageous, bro. And I used to be one of them. I used to be at the shaft fucking just twirling and licking head for years. I was a huge Nintendo fan, right? But then I started playing Smash Online, right? The online infrastructure of the Nintendo Switch is horrendous. It's like it is the worst online experience I've had, and I've been online with a PSP. I've been online with a Wii U. I've been online with fucking the Xbox. I played the Xbox Online, and the Switch is still worse than those. Way worse than both of those. And what's crazy is that
That's wild.
people constantly eat up what they produce. Like, dude, Splatoon 3 apparently had the biggest release in video game history in Japan, bro. History. Splatoon 3. What the fuck? What the what? Why? Not even like it's a bad game, but bro, over like Elden Ring and like God of War and all that shit, Splatoon 3 did it?
Dude, I don't understand the Chinese and Japanese markets when for example, I just saw an article about the top earning mobile games. And the top earning one I've
Genshin,
never
right?
even heard of.
It's not Genshin?
No, it's called no. It's called something like Kingdoms and Heroes or some shit. I've never even heard of this game, but dude, it earned over its lifetime $12 fucking billion. I'm like, I've never even heard of this game. One of the top ones was I think number 3 was PUBG. Was really surprising to me. I didn't know it earned that much on mobile. I thought like nobody fucking played it after like
Fortnite
Call of Duty Mobile and Fortnite and all that shit. But apparently there's like I was really fucking shocked about the numbers. The only reason that I even got interested in this was because I saw that since Raid Shadow Legends inception, it's been out for about 3 years now. Mm-hmm. It's grossed over $1 billion. And I was like, holy fuck. So this game, it's gaining a lot of speed. And a
Raid
lot of
is
people,
huge, bro. People play Raid. Because Raid is like, and we're not sponsored by Raid right now. This is just us being real. Raid is a proper RPG. It actually is a game. It's a whole game that exists.
It is. It's one of those things that like I have to, there's all the hype. There's all these videos of, people they're making all these videos like how terrible it is and stuff. And they're attacking and rightfully so, they were attacking the pay to win aspects of the game.
Which exists.
And stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah. But the cool thing is there's creators, like there's this British bloke that I watch that he always, every year starts a new free to play account. And he just shows you like, you don't have to spend money to play this at the highest level. If you just want to take a ton of shortcuts, just like Diablo Immortal and all this bullshit. Oh shit! There's a
Did
ninja.
you hear
There's a
about
ninja
that Diablo Immortal shit, dude?
Dude,
that homie
did
paid
you hear how much
win?
money they made?
Dude.
Do you know how much? Do you know how much money they made in like a month?
How much
on Diablo Immortal?
Yeah, it was astronomical. We were just talking about all the gaming and the sales and everything, and I just mentioned the highest grossing mobile games, which is some game I've never heard of. Is number one, made like in its lifetime like $12 billion.
Oh, what is it? Like, Genshin Impact?
No, it's not Genshin.
It's not.
It's called like Kingdoms and Heroes or some shit like that. It's a game I've never heard of before.
Chris,
I just looked.
So the biggest Japanese video game release of all time was Splatoon 3. It broke records in one weekend. In one weekend, Splatoon 3 outsold any game in Japan's history. It was Splatoon 3.
What?
For the opening. Exactly.
Exactly. This is what got me to talk about like the other like this game that no one's ever heard of. I want to pull up the exact name.
Splatoon 3.
It's called Honor of Kings. Like no one's ever heard of this shit.
It's insane. The Japanese market is eating Nintendo up right now, bro. They love them.
That's wild. I guess it makes sense why they don't give a shit about over here.
They don't give a fuck about what we say. When we beg for rollback and better servers, they're like, but Japan's fine. Well, yes, it has the best internet on the planet. How else are they going to
really?
fuck? Yeah, by far. By far, Japan has the best.
Oh, maybe I'll move there.
How else are they gonna fuck their VR girlfriends
if
they don't have good internet?
Yo, man, they're so. I love. Aren't they such an anomaly? Aren't they like almost like an oxymoron of being like so sexually repressed? They're so like conditioned to just work that they're not making enough kids, and then at the same time they're fucking in the future. Like it's like they missed something.
It is like really funny. You know what? It kind of reminds me of. I think this kind of thing just sort of happens because it kind of reminds me how like a lot of people in like London and like Europe are very, very secular, even though they have like religious institutions built into the government. And over here, people are very religious, even though that's specifically separate. I feel like there's like this inherent like
it's supposed to be specifically separate.
Sure. It's supposed to be.
I mean,
on paper it is. On paper it is.
I would say functionally speaking, it still is. You still have like religious people, I guess, in power, but that's kind of a side effect of what I'm talking about.
There's people
it's
in
like you
power,
have,
but like like there's also like the quandary of like gay marriage.
Let him go before he. Let him go.
Yeah,
before he
he's gonna disappear soon. Sorry.
No, well, what I'm saying is like I think that is kind of the point, though. It's like you have a lot of this. I guarantee you, there's so many people who like work in like doing like menial tasks at the Vatican who are like, oh,
I don't give a shit. Yeah,
I don't give a fucking shit about that. Meanwhile, you have people in like Congress who are like, yeah, I can't wait for Christ to come back. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? And in Japan, you have people who like can't get laid, but are inventing alternate realities where they can. It's like a fucking, it's a wild.
Bro, I think it's what happens when you take the fight out of a warrior, When you take the fight out of a warrior culture. Because they were monsters. They were goons, bro. Once upon a time, they were goonery.
You saw The Last Samurai, bro? That's what happened.
The goonery. You saw Tom Cruise going crazy in that movie, bro? The Last Samurai. It was about him. It wasn't about that really famous Japanese actor that's in everything and he's amazing. No, it was about Tom Cruise, bro. He was the final samurai. I forgot that guy's name.
What's that new movie about that tribe of... Did you see this trailer?
The Woman King?
Yeah. Apparently, it's really good.
I swear to God, that used to be called. It used to be called something else. I swear to God, it used to be called something else.
I think it was something else before.
I was reading the history of it, and apparently they just got like fucking massacred by the French.
Yeah, they lost. They lost pretty bad, apparently.
Oof.
Well,
really?
The French had guns.
Yeah.
What about what? Do you know what year? Do you know what year this took place in? I don't know anything about it. Yeah. Okay.
Hiroyuki Sanada.
There's just these colonial assholes rolling up
right now.
2006. They're just wearing it for no reason.
Can you imagine a colonial soldier
like a dickhead
in a battle with people dressed like 2006, like short sleeve shirts? Over long sleeve
shirts with polos.
I need to see
polos
that shit,
unbuttoned. Fucking what do they call it? What did white boys wear? They used to wear those jean shorts.
Yeah, the jean shorts and the chain wallets.
Those are Vans.
Sick.
Chain wallets.
Yeah.
Vans.
I kind of miss chain wallets a little bit though. I want Ridge to like have a chain or something like that. I'm gonna pitch it.
His name is Yoriyuki Sanada. You guys know who he is. He's literally Japanese guy in everything.
He's in everything. He was at Eat Man. I think he was like the general or some shit. Yeah, he's in everything.
He's the GOAT. He's currently right now the best export from Japan other than hentai. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
He's like the descendant of fucking Yukimura or some shit. Like
he is,
the famous fucking.
He's a traceable descendant.
Don't quote me. I might be. Mandela,
he's a traceable descendant of a lord. He is.
I just when I say shit like this, something always goes wrong. So I'm just like,
somebody's gonna be like,
me on that.
Kingston Derek, you idiot monkeys, you don't get it. You guys are not smart. Stop trying to teach history.
I did that with what was it? I actually got it mixed up when I said Limp Bizkit discovered Korn. Apparently, it was the other way around. It was Korn discovered Limp Bizkit. And so
no.
So I had a correction there, and I'm like, I was like, close enough. I was like, close enough.
No, that's not close. That's so much worse.
I mean, it is worse. No, I agree. I just but I was just, my memory failed me. But I'm like, at least I didn't get it. At least I was in the ballpark. But yeah, it would have been better if Korn maybe skipped over this one. I have a soft spot for. I don't have a.
Better if they skipped over this one.
I have a soft spot. I'm gonna be real. I have a soft spot for Wes Borland, the guitarist of Limp Bizkit. I think his riffs are fucking awesome.
I
think the riffs that he creates. I'm just saying. I just think if go back and listen to a lot of their riffs that they make, they're actually some of them are pretty. They're pretty great.
That reminds me of all the people who are like, oh, I love Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I can't stand Anthony Kiedis.
I think. What do you think they don't? Do they not like the
That's the bass player,
rap?
right?
Do they not? No, Flea's the bassist.
Flea, okay.
Do they not like the scatting rapping thing that he does? Is that what it is? What people probably don't like?
I think that's
they
what
probably
it is.
heard their fucking they'll give it away. We gotta give it to your mother, and they're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Or like when he, I know he does it every once in a while now still in some of the newer songs. He'll be, you know,
Yeah.
and then he'll just start singing.
Yeah, it's
I
like
understand that.
can't stop or whatever.
Yeah, I get it. I get that they don't like that shit. Cause it's so. I mean, it kind of. I get it. It is my least favorite thing about the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And do you know anybody? And actually, me and JoJo were talking about this.
No.
Do you know?
Period. I don't know anyone. Period.
All right, I'm getting the fuck out of here, dude.
I like to think I know people, but like, you know, people always surprise me.
You're right.
Do you know anyone that?
Jesus.
Do you know anyone that loves the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
No.
One of my friends loves Flea. One of my friends loves Flea.
Nobody loves. Like, look. Here's the thing. They're one of the biggest bands in the world, but no, I have never heard anybody listening to them other than it just being on the radio. But here's the thing. Everybody knows their songs. I bet you, all you guys know 5 easy.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, easy. It's just like, you know 5 songs.
I know like 3, I think.
No, you know 5 songs. You know,
I know
Californication.
Can't Stop, Californication, and Under the Bridge.
You know, everybody knows Under the Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which
but
is
that's
probably one of the fucking coolest riffs, like the intro riffs. Everybody knows that. You know, fucking, I don't even know what that song's called. Give It Away. You know, give it away now.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that song.
Oh,
Give it
yeah,
away,
yeah.
But I gotta give it to your mom.
Oh yeah, I guess probably.
But
Yeah.
I gotta give it to your papa.
As soon
Just talk
as you
about
brought up
fucking your
Korn,
parents and shit.
As soon as you guys brought up Korn, Twist is playing in my head loud as shit, and I'm just
Twist.
doom doom doom
Twist.
doom doom doom
Twist.
What are you doing?
You sound.
That's not even chord. It's just like that's a bore in a blender.
But they made it a song.
Oh, yeah.
That shit goes hard, dog. That definitely is a song that will set you up to do some wild shit.
Korn is. I gotta tell you. Out of all of that new metal stuff that came out, that a lot of people kind of like, ugh, remember that shit? Korn was just so fucking out there. It was so different that even it's made it to one of my modern playlists. It's probably the only new metal band that came out in the early 2000s, early 90s that like is on my a modern day playlist, because some of their grooves are just like, you can't help it, man. You just can't help it. I get it though. It's you talk to somebody like your boy Anthony Fantano, and he's like, oh yeah, remember that shit? And I'm like, hey, so it's not all bad. It's not all bad. Like I think I would like to make a video about that, talk about some of these people and some of the bops that they had, but don't get me wrong, most of it's trash. Like I'm not trying to pretend.
They made an album with Skrillex,
like,
didn't they? They made an album, not Skrillex, or
yeah, that's when
Skrillex?
you're right. And that's when I like totally
fucking hate
bro.
Skrillex.
I can't tell you how much I hated that EDM era when it took over the world, because I've always been a fan. You know, like Mortal Kombat soundtrack was my lifeblood. You know, 95, I bought the soundtrack, and it has like house and metal on it pretty much. It was just pretty much that.
Early
And
house
so
was
anything-
cool. Early house is a vibe. Like late 80s, 90s, early house was really, really, really cool. And then what happened is that in like 2008 to like 12, that's when like Zed and all of them appeared, and they ruined it. They made that genre so bad. They destroyed
you know
it.
what?
People came back later on. They started adding soul music to like house and electronic funk and stuff like that. And now it's in a good place. Like the electronic scene's in a pretty good place now.
Well, I feel like it's just back to normal. It's not like, do you remember every fucking major artist, Pitbull, Usher, they all got into it.
Yeah.
They all started doing it. I just thought of that song, the DJ's God Has Fallen in Love Again. I don't know if you remember that song.
Yeah.
It just has both of them on it. Yes. And then fucking Pitbull. He's just like
Cayocho.
Yeah, Mr. Worldwide. Pitbull,
I love Pitbull, so I'm not gonna shit on him too much.
nigga. Actually, he doesn't drop the N-word.
Yeah, he
should,
does.
though.
Yes, he does.
Does he?
He said the N-word multiple times in more than one song. It's fine though. He's Cuban.
It's fine though. He's Cuban.
He's probably straight up got a black sister that has the same mom and same dad as him.
Oh, sure.
So like, it's like whatever. Like his sister's black, and his mom and dad are the same people. It is just like, yeah, that's just how it happened. I don't know, man. Down here, everything's crazy.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah, there's plenty of Cuban niggas. So, okay, fair enough. I didn't know what he was. I was just like, he's just one of those, you know.
You assume Cuban because I said
he's
that.
somebody-
Your brain, I said he probably has a black sibling, and your brain was like, oh, Cuban. Definitely,
I mean,
definitely them.
He's somewhere on the East.
Caribbean.
Somewhere where there's a bunch of niggas. He's Caribbean. And so, okay, fine. Fair enough. I was just like, I get it. Like, it's...
Yeah.
Did you hear about... Do you guys remember when they did that? Fuck, what was it? I think it was... You had to... It was like... Okay, so there was like 2 pranks. One of them was the Durex condoms. They were like, oh, we're going to give free condoms to the city that's voted like number 1, and so of course the trolls got a hold of it.
Oh,
and they chose Batman Turkey.
There's a place called
city
Batman Turkey.
I think it's not called Batman.
Is
I
it
think
Batman?
I think it's Batman.
I think it's well,
I don't think it's fucking Batman. I don't think anybody goes like.
No one's pronounced.
I'm sure some people do. I'm sure some people are like, yeah, I'm from Batman.
So it's spelled Batman, but it's pronounced.
I'm pretty sure it's spelled
Batman.
exactly. I'm sure it's not.
It's
pronounced
spelled that way, but that's not how they would pronounce it.
City and Turkey, Batman City and Turkey.
Batman.
And it looks almost like his symbol. No, it's not. It looks like a kidney.
Derek,
Can you fucking imagine if it was shaped?
Right now.
Can you imagine if it was shaped like Batman?
That makes sense. Why it's called Batman.
It'd be fucking amazing.
That would
No,
technically
it looks
make
like
more
a kidney,
sense.
actually. It looks a little bit like a kidney.
That means they base the character of Batman off of the country in Turkey.
Because of the way it's
you do
shaped.
that? Or the city
No,
in Turkey?
You know how much of an oxymoron that is? Because it's shaped like Batman. So it's like, which came first, the shape of Batman or the idea
that's
of
what
him?
I'm
That's time travel shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like somebody was like looking around for inspiration. They're like, oh man, I got to make this superhero. And they see Batman Turkey and it's shaped. I'm not saying it's shaped like the bat symbol.
Oh.
It's shaped like the silhouette of Batman. And you're like, that's
So you're
a
saying
good silhouette.
like Bill Finger and shit, like the people that created this shit, like they saw this. They were like,
what?
"Oh, bro, we got something here."
Yeah, we got something here. We got.
My whole point is, Pitbull. Something happened to him as well, where he was like, "Oh, number 1, like I will perform here, whatever the city." And the trolls got to it. I don't remember the city, which I wish I remembered right now off the top of my head, but it was like some random fucking bullshit. But he actually did it though, which like gave me a lot of props.
He's a good dude, man. Other than him being a drug dealer when he growing up, but he was a good dude. Other than him moving heavyweight.
Oh, I think it was Alaska. I think it was somewhere else.
Didn't Pitbull's son fall out of a window or something?
I've never heard of that.
Oh, I think it's something else.
Didn't Pitbull's son get attacked by a pit bull?
Can you imagine the cruel irony of that?
That'd be so good.
Pitbull catches his son is like, I'm sick of him using that name. Because he had an interview and he was like, if you look up Pitbull, I come up before the dog does now. And imagine a dog getting winded and being like, nah, motherfucker, you encroached on our turf. So it catches his son.
His dog.
His son. Like
It's like that video of the monkey grabbing that child.
and running away with it for a little bit, but then people get like, let's go. Like, where was it taking her?
Back to the monkey den.
She would have been like Tarzan. Just raised by monkeys.
That'd have been awesome.
That's wild.
Put your faith in what you most believe in.
Is there a Pitbull?
What family?
Shut the fuck up.
That poor kid.
Oh my god.
Poor
What
kid's
if
just
there's
listening to Phil Collins in the jungle, missing her family.
Just like, I really, really wish there were humans around.
God, I wish there was more than just Phil Collins playing in the jungle. God damn it. Like, I like Phil Collins, but god damn it.
I learned all the English I have is from this song. I don't know any other English.
it stops even being like Tarzan adjacent Phil Collins, and it's just like Phil Collins in general. It's just like I don't care anymore, and fucking Sussudio, and like
Could you imagine in the jungles it plays Phil Collins? You get to the jungles of fucking Africa, you're in the Congo, and then you're like, how do we know we're here? Listen. And you hear Phil Collins playing. Yeah, we're in the thick of it now.
And it's like entirely ethereal. It's not even coming from. You could not source it. You couldn't be like, oh, it's coming from the west. No, it's coming from up.
It's so ethereal that a dog can't pinpoint it. Like the best tracking dog is like it's just.
This is just the sound of the jungle. Like, what do you mean?
It's everywhere.
Like, I don't understand. It's like asking, like, where... That's like asking, where is wind? Like, it's here. Like, what do you mean?
It's present.
It ebbs and flows, Phil Collins.
And at nighttime, it lowers to, like, a nice simmering nighttime song. And you're just
you only hear like the low basses.
You hear the instrumentals of songs.
Yeah, you hear like a nice little
really simmered down, and you're like,
really,
what the
really,
fuck?
really relaxing.
This
really
is where
relaxing, Phil
this
Collins.
is where black people are from. That's crazy. They're from here. It plays Phil Collins at nighttime. Why do we take them from this? This is so peaceful.
I love that.
That's why they took him. They took him because they thought we were gonna recreate that shit.
And they were like, we can't
in
have
the Americas.
We'll make our own Phil Collins.
We can't have them here, man. They're gonna be too good at singing unanimously if we leave them here.
I like the idea of that shit existed way before he was actually born.
Well, before the triangle slave trade, Phil Collins played in a jungle.
That means that Phil Collins, as we know him, the person, is just a wild plagiarist. Like he just went to Africa and just recorded the natural sound of the ethereal wind. It was like, this is great.
This is also my name now.
Also, this is how you will refer to this.
You refer to this as Phil Collins music. I am now Phil Collins.
He was born like Robert Braxton or something. And he's like, nah, I got to be Phil Collins now.
I'm Phil Collins.
This is mine.
This is mine.
This is
my destiny. All mine now. It's like Piccolo when he goes on Namek in front of the sun, and he's just standing in front of the jungle. It's just all mine.
Yo, I've been watching some like the earliest. I've been watching season 1 of Dragon Ball Z.
Interesting.
And it is crazy how much shit that I don't remember. Like how much of Dragon Ball Z is defined by like Namek and like the Cell Saga, when in the beginning it was very much not any of that. It's crazy. In the beginning it's nonsense.
Yeah.
Like Goku gets like raped by like a vampire or something.
Yeah,
or like
on Snake Way.
Lady.
On Snake Way, yeah.
On Snake Way, and then there's like a fucking he gets roofied. Goku gets roofied in hell or something. And then there's like this contest between these two ogres who are like vaguely homosexually like no. They're like there's like some weird.
They're not German?
Every line. No, not that
Russian?
I recall. I think one of them has like a New York accent actually. Or like,
really? Oh.
Yeah, in the English dub anyway. But like, I've been watching it, and it's like this is. I forgot that Tien could make multiple arms. I forgot that I forgot that Piccolo could make multiples of himself, and also that Krillin could do it too. Apparently,
Piccolo can make clothes.
That's true. He makes Gohan a sword, just like he makes it. Like he wills it in front of him, and I'm like, how are you not the strongest person?
Piccolo destroyed the moon. Easily.
He did,
bro. Easily, dude. Do you remember that? He's like, oh, the moon made him do that, and the blast was like blast moment moon gone. That's faster than light, bro.
That means it exploded faster than light moves. But like the thing that's crazy about it too is like he I don't remember that he stole. For some reason, I don't remember that he stole Gohan. I don't remember that.
Yeah, he took him.
I always thought
I'm gonna take him. Gohan's crying like a little bitch.
And he's
I
like,
guess I forgot that he was a bad guy. Like, it really never registers to me that he's a bad guy.
He was.
Well, at that point, he wasn't a bad guy. He was just a cunt.
At that point, he still hated Goku.
Sure,
but he wasn't evil.
resentment.
But he wasn't evil anymore. He just didn't like
he was
Goku.
an evil King Piccolo.
Well, no, because he was talking about, like, I want to rule the world, and I can't rule the world if the Saiyans are here. Like, that was his whole thing. He was like, I can't rule. Yeah, that was the whole thing.
I feel like you're right.
I have to be. I just watched it.
But the thing is that
what
even
version of this are you watching? I don't remember that at all.
This is the original. I'm watching the original Dragon Ball Z. I'm not watching Kai.
Or something.
But even Little Piccolo, when he was born afterwards, like people tried to rob him, and he didn't kill them. He was just like, he's like, just get out of here before I fuck you up. Because he's not. He's definitely like still some King Piccolo in there, and Gohan definitely makes him transition to being a full-fledged good guy, but he's not evil by that time. He's just kind of a dickhead.
Exactly.
Shit, now I'm gonna have to remember that. Now I'm gonna have to rewatch this shit.
That's what I'm talking.
That's
what I'm talking. There's so much of it that I don't remember, and I think a lot of it is because like I don't think I've ever actually sat through and saw it from the beginning. Like I think I always like started from the Frieza saga and then like kind of went on. But really? Like the early sagas, I remember kind of getting a lot of that through like the Budokai games. Which is like very Cliff Notes. Like there's no Snake Way. There's no fucking training with King Kai. There's no none of that.
He had to catch the monkey. He had to catch the monkey.
I was actually my favorite thing of Dragon Ball Z was always actually Goku versus Vegeta. That was like my favorite fucking arc. When it was just because I like when people aren't so OP. You know how like just basically just pulling shit out of their ass over and over. I like when Kaioken was like the shit. And like Kaioken times 4 with the Kamehameha would just maxed out his fucking body.
He was and so then, like, that diesel, it was disgusting.
Like I love like that where now it's just like Super Saiyan God Kaioken times 20 or whatever. I'm like, it doesn't mean anything anymore.
It means very little now. But like the early, I do remember the Vegeta fight. It's just like all this stuff before it. Like I don't remember. Like I remember the guys getting beat the fuck down by the Cybermen and Nappa.
Oh my god! Oh wait, that is the funniest fucking thing. That is the best part. Or
dude,
fucking
the way he dies, bro. The curled up.
Yamcha or Chaozu. Chaozu is just completely. It didn't do anything.
Chaozu did nothing. Chaozu was like I was watching that episode last night. It was the last episode I watched. I think I just watched the episode. Like I just got to the point where Nappa's dead. Where Vegeta throws him into the sky and screams him to death with his chest. But like the Chaozu sacrifice is so fucking funny because I don't care about Tien at all. I don't give a damn about Tien, and neither does Toriyama, by the way. Like Toriyama doesn't give a fuck about Tien. And you could just tell how hurt he is. His little clown. I hate Chaozu, by the way. Like Chaozu's such a gross creation. I hate him. I think he's based on like a Chinese vampire or something, or like a.
Yeah, I think you're right.
A vampire, yeah. But he marries a little vampire lady eventually. He gets married when he comes back to life this third time. But
damn, even Chaozu's got it figured out.
Dang, for real, before all of us except for Derek. Derek is over here married gang, and we're just fucking still trying to find our ways in the dark.
I mean you're married, basically.
Though, so.
Yeah, it's true. Your happiness is done, bro.
You should stop pretending like you're not married.
I'm not married.
You should do that. Get that fucking katana and do a little bit of that seppuku. You know,
bro.
A little bit of harakiri.
You think it's there for show? When I'm done, that's just gonna be through my heart. It's gonna be through my heart. And I'm gonna be hanging off the wall. It's gonna be insane.
That's what's up.
But no, man, the Vegeta fight is so fucking good. I'm excited to start it.
It's a very cool fight, like, dude. Very, very cool fight.
Because that was early on enough where there was some blasts, but it was still a lot of like actual fighting. Mm-hmm. I mean, there are some pretty good fights in Super though. Like, to be fair, but
sure.
I think it feels early enough.
I don't think Super has any good fights, but it has good moments.
I think it has good. I think that moment when Frieza and Goku team up is pretty fucking baller. But
that's not even really a fight. That's a moment, more or less. You know, it's like when they join together. Because the best fight I would say in Super is probably when Gohan fights Goku.
I don't remember that one.
When they fight just before the Tournament of Power. Just for Tournament of Power, they fight.
I thought the beginning when Gold Frieza comes out, I thought that was cool.
Vegeta's section of that fight was dope. when Vegeta was just beating a shot of him, that was really cool. And then Goku just steals the kill because Vegeta takes too long to like gloat. He's like, "Now, Frieza, how do you feel? After years of calling me a monkey, I'm beating you." And then he blows up the planet.
He doesn't gloat.
He does gloat a little. He gloats a little bit. But he does it. It isn't like a long drawn out. I'm exaggerating, but then he does blow up the planet in time because Vegeta's like, "Fuck you! I was your slave."
Doesn't he like murder Captain Ginyu like immediately?
Yeah, Vegeta slaughters him.
I love that. I love that because that is just the objectively the smartest thing to do.
Yeah,
because Ginyu is the most dangerous person there.
Oh, he's a demon. The thing about Ginyu is that Ginyu is very dangerous, but he doesn't understand how to use He doesn't understand how to unlock people's bodies. You know, like everyone's body is different from other people's. So like when it comes to,
but even it's
at
less
that
about
point in that series, if he took like Goku Vegeta's body, that's still very bad.
Well,
it's still
I think the thing about it is that it's not even a matter of like him taking your body. It's a matter of you getting his.
Yeah,
like you getting his body sucks.
I love that he was in a frog the whole time. That whole time. 20 years he was in that frog, bro, just hopping around miserable. Just like, I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna
it's funny.
Kill
I
those
forgot
guys.
about the significance of that. Yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing.
I like that they paid that off.
Do you think Ginyu took over Bulma's body and immediately started trying to suck somebody's dick?
Because it would be okay.
Yeah, it's like I'm immediately started playing with her pussy the moment he had her body, he's like runs inside the capsule corp, one of the places, immediately starts fucking playing with her tits.
Oh well, what are you talking about? Of course,
like that's the moment. Well, yeah,
if any. Yeah, it doesn't matter where Bulma is in that moment. She's giving a meeting to like her fucking capsule corp fucking staff or whatever. And then she just starts fucking flicking her bean and shit.
He runs away. Everybody's like, "Miss Briefs, where you going? Leave me alone.
Listen, man,
suck my dick."
Listen, man, I wake up in a female body. I'm trying to figure out what the hell that is, man. You know, I'm trying to see what it's about.
I'm using just like a coin
one
purse,
of those,
bro.
What are those things called? Hitachi wands or whatever? I don't know if that's the right word, but there's those long.
I'm gonna take a sword. I'm gonna put a sword in there, and I'm gonna take it out when I'm in an argument. Just
ding, you got a sword in there.
You want to put a sheath in there first, maybe?
Nah, bro. It is the sheath.
I guess, but like not for blades.
It is the sheath.
It is the sheath, man. Y'all don't get
anyway,
it.
what do we got?
You got questions wise? You want me to take the questions, or you want to do the questions, Chris?
You should probably take the question.
Yeah.
I love FOV sliders as ahoy sailors. Do you ever think there will be another generational defining game like Halo 3, Skyrim, GTA 5 that will be hailed as a classic and reach the heights that those others did? Fortnite, while it has been widespread popularity, is generally agreed upon to be a bad thing for the gaming industry, unlike the rest.
I know what he means. I don't necessarily because I think Fortnite's a decent game now. Like I do think it got to a point where like a long time ago it was pretty fucking bland in one note and it's still relatively soulless because it's just this kind of like Ready Player One kind of just sort of like wear whoever. Oh, you like this property? Wear the skin of this person. You know, like it's very much like it doesn't have an identity anymore. But it is a decent shooter. It has pretty fun mechanics that I've only seen in that game. Like I can't get over how much I love the fact that you could down people and pick them up and abduct them. I think that's goddamn hilarious.
Bring them into a room and throw them against someone. But like, I'll be busy for a bit. Everybody, leave me alone.
Bro, if there was a door. If there was a skin in that game, there was just a bald guy with sunglasses, you could accurately cosplay Andrew Tate.
Isn't Walter White in that game? No, he's not. Right? He's not in the game, right?
No, God, no, I don't think so.
That wouldn't surprise me at all, though. At all.
It wouldn't surprise me anymore at this point, no. I saw Goku Kamehameha I was going to say Dr. Dre. Fucking...
That would be awesome if that was true, though.
Not Dr. Dre, Darth Vader. I don't know how I got those people mixed up.
Why is it Dr. Dre in...
You're right.
They're both black.
They are both black, that's true.
Black.
They're both black and both of them are dead.
When are they going to put in like a regular person like that? Like I want Dr. Dre or fucking Will Smith.
Yeah, Robin Williams.
Smith.
Yeah, Robin Williams.
Just Tyler Perry inside of Fortnite.
On.
Did you guys?
Tyler Perry
God.
standard. He's not dressed up or anything.
Did you guys see that that guy who did? It was like a screen test for I think a Robin Williams biopic. I don't think it's real, but I think it was like something that somebody was pitching, and it's just this actor who's doing Robin Williams. He's like playing Robin Williams, and it's fucking scary.
Is it really good?
Like how good it is?
It's like really uncanny. Like it's like he looks a lot like him. He sounds a lot like him. It's very strange.
That's so weird.
Like to the point where it's like actually, if they made that movie, I think it would be too uncomfortable. Like because I don't think it would it would be like Rami Malek. Close, but that's still very clearly Rami Malek. That's not Freddie Mercury even slightly.
You think if they just put like a blue filter over him, it would ease people?
Yeah, make him a genie.
Yeah, the people feel so weird about it.
I feel like they would have
so
to deep
wild.
fake him. I feel like they would have to deep fake him to look less like Robin Williams.
That's scary.
Yeah. It's fucking weird.
Robin Williams.
I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
My neck
The audience,
hurts a little bit.
the audience can look it up. Robin Williams.
Right,
I think maybe like screen test. I think maybe it'll come
What
up.
were we talking about before the question? Sorry, yeah. What were we talking?
Yeah, before I forget, Jamie Costa, Costa, Robin Williams test footage. Like if you Google that
Nice.
shit, it's fucking weird.
Okay.
Your internet dropped for a moment. Your internet turned off for one moment.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Solid second, Chris.
Uh-oh.
No, he's gone.
Wait.
No.
Wait.
No.
Wait, we might get him back.
Will he win the fight? No, he's gone. All right.
Chris, hello. It's Robin Williams. Help me. Help me. I'm still hanging, Chris. You can cut me down.
I can't help you.
Cut me down.
I can't help
shave
you.
my hairy back while you're at it.
I can't help you. I'm sorry.
I can't do Robin Williams at all.
I don't know how to sound. He sounds too much like a white man. I can't assimilate that much. in my
He
voice.
just has a kind of voice behind him, like I'm the genie. Like, the way that he talks a little bit. Whatever, keep going.
All right, so for this question, there'll be another game, another generation-defining game. Last of Us is one. People don't want to admit it. People don't want to talk about it, but it's true. Last of Us is another generation-defining game. It is 100%.
Is it?
100%.
I feel like it's
100%
I feel like if they
is.
didn't. I feel like if they didn't keep remastering it, people would have fucking stopped talking about it.
No way. At the end of the PS3's life cycle, Last of Us was something special. People.
No, it was. I agree, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know anybody that's fucking like just. Man, I had to pick up The Last of Us again, but they just keep remastering it. So people
no
are
one
playing
picked
it
up
again.
Halo 3 again, really. It's just Halo 3 came out, had its impact. The MCC came out, which is true, and it had Halo 3
You don't think
in
so?
it. But nah,
Yeah, I
not
feel like
really.
people. I mean, because to me, it's like, say, for example,
Because Halo 3's been on one thing, Halo 3's been on one console. Two, we go to, right? It's been on two consoles, right? PC.
But it just feels like something that everybody keeps talking about. I just feel like, I don't know, I guess maybe it's just my own vibe.
Skyrim and
like-
GTA have both been on literally Skyrim's on actually everything since it's come out. And GTA has been on 3 generations. Which is
But it's also
nuts.
something that like just keeps like you can always find something to do in those games, That's why they're so good.
Dude, I'm running out of shit to do.
just-
In Skyrim, in my personal playthrough, like my actual one I really cared about, I am running out of stuff to do. Like I'm at that point where I'm like, oh shit, dude. Like
If
level
I had
like
the same
86.
playthrough, okay, I understand.
It's like, what else?
Most of my hours are on Xbox 360, but I did, now I have a PC one which has quite a few, but I just uninstalled it because I haven't played it in a while, and then I just reinstalled GTA 5 because the GTA 6 leaks made me want to just get back into Grand Theft Auto a little bit and just fucking around, just being Franklin, just doing a bunch of wild shit is so fun.
Franklin,
just
Franklin, I just feel so bad for him, bro. He's like genuinely the most not bad guy, just really bad situations. Like constantly.
a little bit of money, but
because Trevor's a demon. And then Mike's an asshole. And then Franklin's just trying. He's like, I just want to help my aunt out. I just want to help my auntie out. But things just keep getting bad for me, and I don't know why.
I mean, it's his fault. Like, the first heist that they do, Michael pitches him saying, hey, there's barely any money in this, and it's very high risk, but it's good for experience. So the guy's like, he's like, what the fuck? Like, why wouldn't your reaction be like, no? Wouldn't you be like, no? Why the fuck would I do this? But he's like, all right, I guess. I'm like, why would you agree to this? It's fucking stupid.
Oh my god. Okay, we have another one from George R.R. Martin. Let's go. Mitch McConnell's Turtle Shell. Hello, cool Chris, dumb Derek, and sucking Sween. You guys are given $1 billion, but you can only spend it on your co-hosts. Which one do you choose?
Well, first of all, fuck you. I am not dumb. I'm just gay. There's a difference. Who do I choose? I don't know. I feel like Chris has plenty of money. I'd probably drop some shit on Sweeney.
I know that.
Man. I know. I feel like out of all of us, Chris is balling, you know. He's
I feel like
does
Chris
a little bit of weird shit on the side.
I feel like Chris is doing the best financially.
He sells his ass. He's got
I would give it to you,
podcasts.
Derek, because you have a wife. I'd be like, go ahead and start a family, I guess. Here you go.
You want to suck my fucking money away too?
I'd be like, here
you
goes.
You just want to.
You thought, bro. You thought
drain
that
every penny I own.
You thought that mail order shit was gonna be a good idea, bro. Then you got her here, and you're like, fuck, dude. She understands currency in America. She's taking everything I have. She's using American laws on me. No.
Now the worst thing is like is feeding people, bro. Especially because like I'm a big boy, but I don't eat that much. And like I eat like a decent amount of carbs, but I don't eat that much. But like I forget regular humans want to eat like 3 meals a day and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck? What even is this?
What's your fucking problem, man? It's your fucking problem, dude. Why you always fucking eat? I ate one time today. Yeah, that should be enough. Shut the fuck up. God damn it, flip a table.
Wah, I'm hungry. Wah. I don't have any water. Wah, my water bowl is empty. Wah. I'm like, Jesus, man. I just like.
That is the most fucking misogynist thing I've ever said in this podcast. That is number one. That is number one. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Next.
She's a good girl, though.
Next question. Ty B 2012. Hey guys, quick question. When are we getting Derek's wife on the show so we can see if she's anywhere near as fucked as you three? In all seriousness, it would be great to have her on. Until next time, keep on struggling. Damn, well. Yeah, the struggle continues.
He said the Soch?
The show?
I thought he said, Mike, what's that, show for social media? What the fuck does that mean? I mean, yeah, when the time's right, whenever it makes sense. I mean, she can come on at any time, really, actually. I
want her and Lily to host an episode. I think that would be so fucking funny, dude.
Well, let's do it fucking sometime in October. October.
We got a few guests coming up. We have one guest the week after this one we're posting right now. We have one guest coming out that's Your Movie Sucks. And then the week after that, I can also ask Lillian. It'll be an episode where it's just the girls, and it's not us. So it'll be Chris, JoJo, and Lily on episode. And I think that'll be fucking hilarious.
We'll see. Well, it'll be hilarious if Chris's internet is working.
If Chris comes back, yeah, that's true.
If his shit's working, yeah. Otherwise, like
I think Lily could lead the show. I think Lily and JoJo could lead the show. I think they have it. Because JoJo's a memer too.
Yeah, but also remember she's foreign. Her accent's pretty thick sometimes, and I sometimes have to remind her that remember we're ignorant ass Americans, and so like a lot of times, sometimes I have to like have her run things by, especially when she's trying to make a joke. Sometimes she's speaking really fast. And then I'm like, bro, like
that'll be even
I don't
funny,
know,
bro. That'll be even funnier, dude. That'll be even funnier.
Yeah.
I'd have her and Lily have Lily's fucking awkward ass be like, I think that's funny.
What the fuck you say? I can't understand you. You're fucking foreign. That'd be good. Well, how does Lily talk? She's like, I can't understand you. I don't know nothing. Was she like that? Like Lily's like, I'm Lily.
She does kind of sound like that, to be honest.
She does not sound like that. Trust me.
She does kind of sound like that.
I wish she sounded like
Hello?
that. Because if she spoke like that, then I could act like I don't understand her. But she does not speak like that.
I'm so sleepy, Kingston. Can we go home now?
Yeah,
hello, man.
Is that me?
Oh no. Let me go.
Kingston, yo necesito siesta, por favor. Ahorita le casa, por favor. Soy enfermo y cansado. Por favor.
¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa, Mufasa?
Is that how I sound?
¿Qué pasa, Mufasa?
Hey, why do I sound like Joe Swanson?
Hey, Peter. hey, Lily. Hey, Peter. Wait, Griffin? Oh, that's it. I can't even remember right now. My brain's
Forgot
fucking
his last name. You forgot the best fictional character's last name.
The best fictional
so
character. Damn, bro. Fuck Jesus Christ, Peter Griffin.
Yeah, Peter Griffin goes way harder than Jesus, dude. Like miles harder.
Yeah.
Wait,
Jesus
what-
Christ never fought a chicken for 8 minutes straight more than once.
That's very true. Jesus just like fed people and shit, and
He
like
just, like,
told people to
fed
like
people.
not be rich and shit. Like boring.
Boring loser. Peter Griffin.
Here I am trying to get bread, and then Jesus trying to tell me not to get bread. I'm like, okay, bro.
Could you imagine
Sure.
Jesus comes back in modern time and he's like, my children, you can be solved of your iniquities. Please allow me to help you. And some guy's like, fuck you,
Bro.
shut up, and then shoots him.
Yeah, some guy exactly that. He'd be like, stand my ground, and then just blow him away.
Blow his head off, and everybody's like, yo, he just shot Jesus in the face. That was lit.
Fucking cops would just beat the shit out of him, and then be like, "Oh, I feared for my life, and it's over. It's done.
Listen
it's
here.
good. We all
listen
good. Wrap it up."
You
I
Jewish,
feared for my life.
You Jewish nigga, all right? You better shut your poor, dirty, dusty ass up before I beat you half to death.
That's
Forget
crazy.
the
They steal his sandals.
They steal his sandals. They take his cloth off. It's just him in crucifix gear, and they're jumping him.
Yo, that's
the Father.
fucked up.
Forgive the Father. They know not what
The
to do.
idea of the understood representation of Jesus being jumped by 6 guys in a park is fucking hysterical.
Dog, they're walking up and down his ass, bro. It's enough. It's like one of those moments where you see somebody crying on the internet and your heart goes out to them. Like, you don't know this person, you never seen this person before, but everyone on the planet is just like, yo, they're
So many
really
people-
beating up Jesus.
So many people want to get involved, but they know it's not their place.
Like, he turned the other cheek. I can't get involved. I gotta let him.
Turn the other cheek. I can't get involved. Damn it.
They know not what
Fuck.
they do. Father has their some guy has a belt,
whooping his ass.
and it's like, does this feel familiar? And he's whipping him with
Does this
the
feel
belt.
familiar?
Yo, did you fucking see?
Hey, what's up?
Did you see that giant fucking that giant Tim on the truck in New York? There's a video of like a truck carrying a, like, I'm not even exaggerating, like maybe like a 3-story Tim. Like just a single like. And what I'm saying is like a Timberland boot, like the fucking
Right.
the standard for people who might not be culturally inclined. It's fucking ridiculous. It's this video of some guy who's like some lady being like, my first day back in New York, and I said, "Is a giant Tim on a truck? What the fuck?" And it is amazing because I totally believe that. That's totally real.
New York is
that's
a
1,000,000% real.
New York's a
New
fake
York.
place, bro. It's a fake place. It's not real.
It's crazy.
It's simultaneously the craziest, and also most beautiful place in the world at the same time. It's just an oxymoron. You could go through Central Park and see just a beautiful venue, and then if you wait an hour too long, you'll see some guy get hung from a tree in like fucking like 1940 style. It's a place that shouldn't exist, but just because of that is why it needs to exist.
Did you see that guy that it's this black dude? He gets into a fight with some guys. They all start like punching the back of his head because he
He's just
turns
chilling.
around. He
He's
puts his
just
hands
Oh
up.
yeah, at the McDonald's, right?
Yeah, I think it was a McDonald's, right? And then he goes
And then
in
he
his
pulls out
backpack.
a hatchet.
Yes.
He pulls out a hatchet, like from the book Hatchet.
Yeah.
And he fucking starts wailing on tables and crack. And he's like, he gets up in this girl's face too, and no one, by the way, protects her at all.
Yeah,
no one steps in.
He has a hatchet.
I mean-
I'm not doing anything.
Dude, it was crazy. Those guys were first punching him, then he stopped, and then those guys real quick were apologizing. They're
Yes,
just
they
like,
changed their
They-
vibe. They changed their vibe real fast, bro.
Just the video of that is hilarious because his head is moving in ways that like it really shouldn't. Clearly,
He's just taking
like-
damage. It's like you get shot in FPS. You're just like,
yeah, it's like those animation loops of people being shot where it does the same like really the quick 3 hits over and over again, like, and it's the same thing over and over again because they don't want to animate more than that.
Yeah.
It's like that, but his head just like it reminded me of those like those balloon punching bags, not the really strong ones, but the ones that like go all the way down and like kind of
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that when he was and then he does this anime thing where he goes like
Yeah, he
relaxes.
turns around and he's just
like, "Are you finished?"
he goes and he takes a hatchet. When he was screaming at
Yeah,
that
he's-
girl, I was like, oh, she's so scared. She's so
Yeah,
scared.
she's terrified. She's terrified.
She's so
right.
scared.
Who the fuck would it be?
She's
This
so
guy has a fucking hatchet,
scared.
smashing glass and shit.
She's gonna carry that experience. She's racist now, if she wasn't before.
Possibly.
You know what I mean?
It's
It's a whole thing.
It's those moments where it's like,
She's a black guy with a fucking backpack, and she fucking starts like hyperventilating and shit.
it's one of those moments where it's like, oh man, girls be having it bad sometimes. I guess, whatever, whatever. I guess, sure, okay, whatever.
Did you see?
This
Did you guys? Oh, I
time,
have to.
agree.
I have to send you this video, Sweeney, because Monica sent it to me.
Oh my
It's
God.
like- I think Monica sent it to me. It was like this video of this kid in like a library, and he's like putting on this anime voice at this lady who's like reprimanding him, and she goes like, "I'm gonna need an officer down here." It's like threatening language, and he goes, "You dare humiliate me?" It's real. Like it is the funniest fucking thing
Monica,
I've ever seen.
So we had Lyle Rath on the podcast before. He's one of our older guests, and I have a litany of like really wild videos of shit to send, and I tried to challenge him and Kyle to like who can send the most fucked up things.
You're
and
stupid
they
for that,
beat
though.
Me
I
into
would've-
the floor. They washed me out. I sent like one like, this is pretty heat. And he was like, oh, dude, you want to see something crazier? And he sent me a video that I can't even mention on this podcast right now. I can't even talk about it because of how insane it. Like we would lose every affiliation we had if our brought what the video was.
I'm fairly certain that one of them sent me a video of a midget on fire running through a hall of mirrors, and I still don't know if it's real or if it's like or what's going on, if it's a murder.
How would that
But
even
like,
happen?
I don't know. But it was one of the most befuddling things I've ever seen. I was like, from that moment on, I'm like, nah, I can't. They're just on another. I don't even know what internet they're searching on.
You can't outbox them, bro. We can't outbox
They're probably
them right
fucking
now.
on like one of those what do you call it? They're using the Tor with the Onion websites and shit.
It feels it fucking feels like it, man, because they do not use my Google.
I think it's just what you learn to look up if you've really been on the internet for a while, you know.
Yeah.
If you know the internet, you know what words to type. Because the way you look up things, that Chris, and the way I look up things are different, right? You look up only the key words. They might know how to string things together to just get the most wild stuff instantly.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They're on another level, man.
They beat me out,
Lyle and Monica. Even just on TikTok, Monica is unchallenged. Like
her TikToks are crazy, bro.
I will open up a TikTok she sends me, and I'll think about it the rest of the day. And not in like a funny haha way. That was so funny. I can't wait to share this.
I can't believe this.
It's in a way that specifically, it's almost the opposite feeling. It's almost like I will never send this to someone else.
Her TikTok has polluted Lillian's, and now Lillian, I went through her TikTok, and it's a bunch of like these white middle American people who are absolutely insane and need medication, talking to the sun, or like dancing in the rain on top of a car, dressed in like shaman gear, and I'm like, what is this?
I will say I do like that video of the kid that like, you dare you believe me?
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
That's a great fucking video.
All right, let's go to the next question.
Yeah, what do we got?
Ginger Mutant Ninja Turtle asks, howdy, you hooligans. Sorry if I've asked this already, but recently I've decided to read more books. Started with Utopia by Thomas More. I got me to grow into a mind where I'd rather read more things. Do you have any recommendations? Keep cool, be cool. Best wishes. Oh, you're really nice. Thank you.
Man, I wish you would, if you would clarify if you wanted fiction or nonfiction.
In general,
what
bro.
Would you be more?
In general. Good reads are good reads,
Because it really,
bro.
I feel like recommending books, it really feels like, oh, do I want to go on some type of fantasy or do I want to learn shit? I think that's kind of like very...
Really?
big,
I'm a little indifferent. I like reading... Well, the thing is that, first and foremost, when I was in my developmental age, like when I was younger, I preferred fantasy almost only. When I was younger, I preferred fantasy only because of the fact that when you're going through middle school or high school, stuff like that, the stuff they make you read is dog shit. It's horrible shit that you never have fun reading. Like, the only thing I feel like I really enjoyed, I read the Amigo Brothers and I enjoyed that, and I read like Animal Farm wasn't half bad, and Lord of the Flies wasn't half bad either. Other than that, I hated everything else I read. Everything else. When we had to read fucking Shakespeare, I was like, I hope everyone dies in his books always. And I was usually right.
I really hated Charlotte's Web for some reason.
Didn't like
I really,
Charlotte's Web?
I remember not
Charlotte's
liking
Web?
Charlotte's Web. I don't know why. Like, it's not even like an offensive story. I was so bored by that book. I don't know.
Well, I got a couple of recommendations. Nothing fantastical. I would suggest, I think everybody, if you're interested in, let's say the military industrial complex and like blowback things, if you want to have an idea of why things got so weird, there's this guy that used to call himself an economic hitman named John Perkins. He wrote a book called Confessions of an Economic Hitman. He just talks about how, American imperialism works. Just how like, oh, we want our shit. If we don't do that, we'll send in these types of people we call jackals. If not that, then we're basically just going to get ourselves into a war and eventually take over your shit and take all your resources. There's like levels to it, and he explains how he used to be a part of it. And it's fucking fascinating. Just like, God damn, this is so messed up.
It's frighteningly systematic. It's like frighteningly. It's like, I've heard of that book before because my friend, we were talking about situation in is it Sudan? No, it's or maybe Afghanistan in the 60s, opposed to now because we helped them kill a ruler, and then the ruler that they put in there.
Oh, you mean Iran? You're probably talking about Iran.
Iran. There you go. It was Iran. So we killed their leader, and they were like hella progressive, like especially for the Middle East, they were like wildly progressive. and then we killed their leader, and then 50 years later, they're back where they started because we completely socially fucked that
It's
place
actually
over.
very relevant that you're saying that right now because they're actually having some very intense protests right now. Like the women are taking off their hijabs and shit, and the police are spraying them with pellets and shit because they're demons.
Well, when they wake,
so it's popping off right now.
If they wake up, I hope they keep the will fighting, because it's so, dude. A picture of people in Iran in the '60s looked like someone in America in the '60s.
Yeah, it was like more the
wild.
'70s actually. Like seeing like when it actually changed and stuff and the whole Ayatollah shit. If
Wild.
it is, there's a lot of memes from that. Like people have probably seen the pictures because sometimes people even make jokes and you'll see things from the future. Like, when they show all those like chrome stuff and all these pictures of people, what they pictured like now would look like fucking 100 years ago. You see pictures of people saying like, "Damn, this is what fucking Iran looked like in the '70s" and all this shit because people are just kind of fucking around with it. They're exaggerating.
It's the Jetsons flying around.
They're like exaggerating the thing, like, this is what it used to look like.
It's fucking Code Lyoko.
It's wild, dude. Because if you if the world of Cyberpunk, this actually brings back something we were talking about earlier. But in Cyberpunk, the guy that made it, he initially made Cyberpunk 2020. That was the first because it's a tabletop game first. So he made Cyberpunk 2020, and that was the initial conception of the world. And his projection of the world is worse than ours, but really not much. Like, it's
That's
freaky.
something that
it's scary. It's like
I was noticing that when I was watching the show. I was like, this world's bleak, but it's not like
wildly bleak. Not like impossible.
It's not so. Yeah, it feels very plausible. Like the idea that like the trauma team. Like when the doctors, like the emergency responders come in and they're like, we can't save this person. They don't got coverage.
And they left her there.
And
Bro,
they just leave. It's
thing,
like,
dude.
that does not even feel remotely impossible.
It's
in fact,
insane.
it literally kind of does happen.
It is. Yeah.
It's insane.
So
there's one scene where I'm gonna spoil a little small part of it, but don't spoil. It's a little scene because it's very relevant to our conversation. It's like the idea of insurance and how badly it's needed in that universe. Like, insurance is desperately needed in that universe. Because if you go to a hospital, you don't have insurance, you're going to have to pay an outrageous amount of like they're called Eurodollars or EADs.
Yeah.
So there's a moment where something happens to a character, and they're like, "Yeah, dude, you only had this package plan, so we just didn't save a person." Period. They were dying, and they were like, "Oh, they only have this coverage. Sorry, let them die."
Yeah, it is pretty fucking
wild.
It's pretty bleak, and I remember just thinking like, this is not really as fantastical as
it doesn't feel good watching this.
Because it's not even that. It's just like it looks so out of this world, but it's like it's very much rooted in just like this is very not fake.
His 2020
in a lot of ways.
His 2020 is very weird because if you played the beginning of the game, it's where Johnny blows up the Arasaka Tower.
Yeah, Arasaka Tower.
It doesn't feel that different. Johnny just has a metal arm. That's the only difference. Period. That's it.
I like I don't know. Before I get yeeted off the face of this earth by the CEO of fucking Time Warner, or whatever the fuck company is the head of this piece of shit. As far as like books, I don't know. Like, there's a couple. Like, as far as like interesting, factual, like nonfiction, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels is like a genuinely good book about like the gaming industry. It's by Jason Schreier, and he very much sucks, but it's a very objectively good book that just kind of details a lot of like crazy shit about development. Like, it's actually like a genuinely good book. And then another one, as far as like fiction, I love Childhood's End. I love that book a lot because it's just very it melds a lot of science fiction in with like pseudo fantasy. It's very bizarre. I wouldn't call it sci fantasy exactly, but it's like it takes. Oh man, how would I even describe this book? It's good. It's like not super long in my estimation. I don't remember it being particularly thick. I feel like I remember it being like maybe like 300, 400 pages. It's like a small book, but it's damn good and some of the best sci-fi I've ever seen. But
What would I say?
yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
What would I give? I would say obviously.
12 books for life, right?
I watched. I read a book called the. Well, I didn't read all of it. I read a part of it. It was called The Lessons of Power. Very cool, smart book. It's just teaching you about like knowledge of self and some like 5% shit that like, though a lot of people instantly make fun of that group, I think self-affirmation and manifestation is important. It is important.
What do you mean?
Understand.
Wait, whoa, what are you saying? What are you saying?
Well, no, the idea of like you have to speak into existence. You doing
I
better.
matter.
You know, like
I matter.
Like things like affirming yourself and understanding your position in the world. Things like that, I think, matter to a degree.
not
you know?
gay.
I thought you were talking about I can manifest a
No, he's not talking about the
I'm not. No,
secret.
I'm not talking about like Piccolo making a sword. You know.
okay, good.
You know, but also
then I
alchemist.
agree.
Also another book. I'm gonna say like always. I always read this book because it's so relevant to the world we live in. Is Dune. I think Dune is such a fantastic story. The first one is very self-contained. If you want to read the first one only, there's a series. There's like 6 books. I've read up until the like end of the 5th book, and I know about the 6th book. And it's a very, very, very wonderful story about power and how believing in like a very charismatic person can often lead to very terrible things happening to the like political and global aspects of the world. So I would say
I can't
those
relate
two.
to that at all.
No, you can't. Never. You can't relate to
That doesn't sound even remotely rooted in reality. But like it sounds like a pretty fun fiction.
Yeah, man. He didn't. The person that wrote it didn't write it because he was a European in Europe dealing with Hitler, and he saw like this guy just be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna help people and I'm gonna do the right thing," and then the world fell out of turmoil.
Who's Hitler?
What?
I don't know. I think.
I wake up in an
I think that
alternate
was-
reality where he never came into existence.
I think that was Jordan Peterson's grandfather, if I'm not mistaken.
Can you imagine?
If you could trace that back.
Okay, so imagine this. Imagine this. You wake up one day, right? Everything's the same. You go about your life. It's like it's been, you unbeknownst to you, you've made this dimensional shift, right? A while, and it's been a couple weeks before Hitler's come up, right? And then you bring up Hitler. You bring him up, and no one knows who the fuck you're talking about. But everything is still the same.
So Hitler's on his way, pretty much.
No. Like
Is he
it
inbound?
just didn't. It just somehow didn't happen, and for some reason, it didn't alter history at all.
What happened to all those Jewish people then?
That's like such an impossibility. Like, how the fuck would that happen?
Like
Exactly.
we still had the boom. The war still happened. It's just,
The reality of it would be like, oh, you mean like Barnaby or whatever. It would be like a
it'd be a
different
different
guy.
person.
It would just be some other fucking guy.
Oh,
in all
someone else?
likelihood.
Because without that war, we would probably just be getting computers. I feel like and shit like that. Like we needed that war so heavily to like.
Do you think so? I don't know if I believe that.
Nah, maybe it would be like a decade or two delayed. So.
I wouldn't think that could do. You know how much that era of time, technology, particularly, I would say I know definitely medical.
We wouldn't.
Technology,
what I'm saying is like we wouldn't
technology
be.
Exploded.
The technology advances on different fronts. Like I could imagine like certain things being delayed while
But
other things
usually
are like
war is
actually
the
like
biggest
ahead.
developer though.
Like I could imagine that we have we could have computers that are as strong as they are now, but maybe we don't have the internet or something like that, or like the internet, or maybe the internet is as it was in like the 90s.
Yeah.
Despite how strong, you know what I mean? Like just like it would be like a weird. That's an interesting like realm of fiction. Like how offset can you delay technology in a way that would make it? You know what I mean?
Up?
I don't know. I mean, it's.
Because imagine without
I guess
sorry. What were you saying?
I was just saying the pandemic is just like a very good like example of mRNA research being able to be pushed to its limits because we needed it. Like everybody in those fields are focusing on this one thing, so they're able to develop this medicine very quickly. So I get that. So now it's like versus how quickly could they have just had a vaccine ready without that, with it just the normal teams doing the normal amount of research. So it does show you, like you can absolutely boost things so quickly when everybody's focusing on this one thing. Like, we need to do this, we need to do something. And but I imagine it wouldn't be like fucking like 40, 50 years or something.
The idea of
like
mRNA research and the fact that we made a vaccine that's mRNA based in general is wild. That's a wild thing. Because the idea of mRNA in general is like what I've never, because I heard about it in school, obviously being a medical student, but I never thought about it because of the fact that what mRNA is in general is so like, it's kind of like the ending point of a DNA strand. And you would assume that like they exist and they still help you make proteins. But the fact that they used it to be able to just attach to something else and then bang, double helix, and now that's going to help you fight off this fucking virus is insane to me. So
I don't need mRNA to get protein. I just take my mass gainer, and I'll eat it, and I'll eat a chicken.
Yeah, that's it.
And I'll never get COVID like that.
and I'll just never get. I'll eat a clove of garlic every day, and then I'll never get COVID.
To death a week later.
Yeah, he coughs protein powder. It's like little clouds.
You owe me.
We got another banger.
We got one more. We'll go one more because I don't want Chris to transport out of here too fast. So it says, "Howdy, you chimeras of comedy. This may have been talked about before, but Derek is approaching his mid to late 30s. Chris and Sween are approaching 30 themselves. How long do you guys really plan on doing this? Online content in general, not just a podcast, but that too. Obviously, as long as you guys do it, I will happily listen and consume whatever you guys produce. But do you guys have some sort of stopping point in mind? Like, do you quit? Do you quit if you have kids? Do you quit once you hit your 40s? Or do you just want to stop making money and stop being fun? Just curious."
No, man. I've thought about that. I think the only thing that would get me to stop is if regular jobs just became so much more lucrative, like say, because sometimes I don't miss the aspect of having a boss, but sometimes I just miss the simplicity of just, I know exactly what I'm going to do every single day, and just my mind's not even wasted on these tasks, where being creative and doing all this stuff, it's mentally exhausting. I'm always thinking, I'm always trying to, like, what am I going to do next? This scrapping so many projects that you put in time into, all this shit, right? We've lost podcasts, we've lost videos, and all this shit. It gets pretty fucking annoying. So sometimes I'm looking on the other side, like, man, if that job paid X amount of money, like maybe I would fucking just jump in there or something, and maybe just do only the podcast, right? Like, just I can handle doing a podcast and then just stop doing all the other shit. However, I think that just the independence of this, as long as I am able to do it, as long as there's platforms and shit, like, I don't see why it would stop,
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it's a very outdated mentality to kind of imagine, like, oh, will you ever stop making internet content? Because the reality is, like, the internet is where content is now. Like, it's just, you wouldn't say to somebody, it's like, hey, when do you think you're going to stop making movies? It's like, what do you mean? Like, no. Like, I mean, like, to me, it's like, I agree with you in the sense that, like, there's sometimes that where I do miss being able to, like, go to, like, a shitty job and, like, clock in and clock out and just have the rest of the day free to think about literally anything else. Yeah. But I don't know. I just feel like this is just kind of what being creative is now. Like, you can't do, like, if you wanted to just make music and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you could just do that, but how are people going to consume it? They're going to consume it through the internet. There's a lot of people who are content creators right now, and they don't even think of themselves that way. I don't think this is, like, a particularly unique job anymore. Like, maybe at a certain point it was. I think maybe when we started it was. But at this point, like, all musicians are content creators, because all musicians post their stuff to social media. They like make their own branding. Bands have their own fucking, they make their own fucking merch sometimes. Like, it's a different world. And I don't think there's, like, an age limit for this kind of thing. I think it's an old mentality to think, like, oh, are you too old to be doing this? It's like, there's so many people, like Mick. Mick's in his 40s and he's making fucking killer stuff. And I don't necessarily view this as a stepping stone to somewhere. I think this is where I'd want to
this is where you'd
be.
be.
I just want to figure out. Obviously, like I'm very scatterbrained. Like I think passions ebb and flow. Generally speaking, like there will be periods of time where I'm really into making music. There are periods of time where I'm like really into podcasts, or there's certain times where I'm really into making like long form video content, and that always like ebbs and flows and like sometimes overlaps with each other. But as long as there are still people watching and people willing to give the stuff that we make a shot, I don't really see any real reason to try anything else.
Yeah, for sure.
There's some things that I want to learn. Like I do want to learn like Blender and like different like softwares that like I don't need to know doing what I do. And I think like if there was ever an option to like, I don't know, make a game or something, and that was like like an incredibly lucrative thing, I might jump onto that, but I wouldn't stop doing this. You know what I mean?
I
don't know.
I felt like that for a while too. Once I become a certified nurse, I thought about, am I going to continue doing content creation, or am I going to, just become a nurse? For me, it's the idea of what is the most convenient for the life I'm living at that period of time. If podcasting, if the money consistently grows the way podcasting has been for us, then I'll continue doing podcasting because, that'll allow me time to, if I have children, I could stay home with my children. I could do a lot of things that, that most parents unfortunately just can't for their kids. I could be present in a way that some parents aren't.
Yeah.
But if let's say nursing is just giving me way more money than anything I could possibly, attain from this to have a more comfortable life, then I might go over that way. I love being a content creator right now. I think it's fantastic. Having my own schedule, being able to play video games as a job and being able to like write that off as taxes, the people I meet, the experiences I have, the people I interact with, it's truly like a blessing of a job. I really, really, really appreciate it. So as of right now, until the wheels fall off, I'm doing this. But if the wheels do fall off, then I'll jump onto something that is more. That's why I decided to do this, because I don't have the musical talent that Chris has or Derek has. I don't have the editing ability that Chris has. Right now, I'm editing a video of mine on YouTube, and that shit is killing me. Audio editing makes me literally have bad thoughts, but I just don't have that ability. You never know. I might grow into it more. I might become a video maker at some time in the future. But right now, I really enjoy what I do. So right now, this is my thing at the moment. The world changes every day. Making plans, it says that we make plans and God laughs, because you never know what the fuck's going to happen next. So
yeah,
I'm here right now.
Yeah. Once I do want to start getting actually doing music more. And now that I have a space, I think that entire wall is probably going to be like a whole music wall. And I'm just going to get like some fucking DAWs and some loop stations and just see what the fuck I want to do. But
there you go.
Go for it, bro.
But that's not really anything new. I've been doing, random music for fucking ever.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I started, literally.
Right. I mean, I think you're listed as a musician, right? On like Google,
isn't that
or
weird?
whatever.
I feel so weird about that, because it's like that's not real. Like,
like
I
Tim
wouldn't
Pool, bro.
consider any of that, any of the stuff that I made back then, especially. It's like I recorded that with a 360 headset, my guy. Like that's not. Yeah, it's awesome that people appreciate it. It's crazy to me that like some of those songs have like over 100,000. Like some of those songs have more views than some of my like videos do, which is fucking crazy to me. And that's cool. I appreciate that, but like that's literally the worst quality version of this thing that I could have made. So until I can actually like reliably, because I don't want to rely on like a producer to have to mix everything for me. I want to learn how to mix myself. And so until I can get to that point where I can mix confidently by myself, that's an insane label.
That is definitely a challenge, because I'm at that point where, but I did notice that I can do a halfway decent job if I push myself. Like when I try to troll Tim Pool or whatever, I threw that out as quick as I could, and it sounded halfway decent. There was definitely some issues that I could have fixed if I would have taken my time. But I'm like, all right, if I actually try. But like, say I'm working on some stuff, some original songs that I've been in the works for like over a month, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? Kind of a thing where I'm like, what am I doing? What the fuck? I don't have a reason. Like that whole Tim Pool thing that gave me the reason to be passionate, to just drop this shit and just mix it as fast as possible. And I just kind of need to get in that mindset. And then I can realize that, I can do a song a week. I can do a song a week. It's just getting in the right mindset and not stop being I was going to drop that F-bomb. What do you call it? The one that the gays, the one that they don't like that shit. But just stop being stupid, right? Just like just stop being. Hey man, hey. That's fine.
All right, fine. Guys. With that being said, I'm gonna pull the reins back.
All right,
hey man, this is fucking rated. This is rated hard.
We should bleep that though because we're negotiating for.
Cut that out. That's gone. We're not doing that. No. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning into the podcast. I really appreciate it.
I'm gonna put it way louder.
We're gonna have a little bit of a shorter one this week. Next week we'll have our guest. Adam, Your Movie Sucks will be on next week, so get ready for that, guys. Add your questions to the Patreon. Don't forget to like, share, comments, rate us on any sort of podcasting network you can. It all helps. We appreciate it.
Is the Adam thread up on?
Yes,
the
I
Patreon
already
yet?
handled that. It is up.
Oh, cool.
So give us questions and talk to us about stuff. And then after that, we have Jay Aubrey coming on early October. So guys, I'm gonna put another question thread out as soon as we're done with this next question thread and all that shit. Chris's internet is choppy as shit, so I'm not gonna force him today to read all the guests. We are very sorry, but we do appreciate all of our $25 patrons. You guys are amazing.
I'll record it on my end and I'll send it.
Okay,
that makes sense.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys. We love you all. We will see you next week with another of whatever the fuck we're doing here. Peace out.
Yeah, later, guys. All right, I'm gonna read the names now for the Patreon. God Christ. Let's see. When Derek walks into a room, a dwarf hunter sniffs the air and says, "There's midgets afoot." The Bren word. Derek, wake up, Derek. Andrew Tate's tasty taint. Lisa Piss, the tapeworm living inside Sween. I actually don't need these headphones. 3XO and the Queen choking on Sween's peen. The milkman that looks like Chris returns. And I've returned for my son. Sweeney, quickly. There's a Twitter account called Sweeney's Guide. Go there and scan the code to see a video. Not a scam. Rectal Lacerator. Emoticons doing this. Stormboy's life and what he like. Brie Larson took method acting too far and metamorphosized into an actual lake sturgeon. Your noble truth. I have no urethra, but somehow, as with God as my witness, I shall come. I'm not the fig plucker nor the fig plucker's son, but I'll pluck figs until the fig plucker comes. Jesus Christ. Call her Little Caesars the way her pussy hot and ready. Elsie Braze, Pyramid Scheme, and Drip MH. Sorry, by the way. I'm really tired. Been dealing with these fucking internet people for a long time. Nancy Pelosi killing a Palestinian with her massive tits. Obi, won't you blow me? A Fukid prawn. God, why did I move to this swampland? God, I moved to Florida. Save me. Never mind, Sweeney. I just realized you have swamp pass. I'm coming for Chris's, but instead XOXO Big Papa Shack. Tevin de Black. Kremlin de Gremlin. Binkus Stinkus. The man uppercutting 9/11 jumpers before they hit the ground. Mintberry. I opened the door to let you the fuck in, and you left. Fucking cuck bucket. Mitch McConnell's tortoise shell, alls to wall. Hi, I'm Mega Man X8 guy, and no joke, 2099 is my favorite Spider-Man. I'm serious here? Good lord. Avi, welcome to Andrew Tate's Kidnapped Woman and Little Dick Emporium. Fragile Masculinity sold separately. Iron Prawned, Wage Slave 583. Senor Alberto, Jose Juan Carlos, Gustavo Gonzalez, Julio Don Ramon Vicente El Tercero? Tercero. I feel gay. Fuck you. Don't want to fall in love. I just want to get fucked. Shoveling mountains of terrible stuff. Heroin, ketamine, jelly bean puff. Oh, okay, I see. I pledged $850 to these queers in the last year, and all I got was this lousy shout out. Thanks, fellas. Sorry, man. It's all that I can do. It's all we can do. The Papini Brothers Emporium of Bullet-Filled Uncles, now under construction for a new exhibit. Skorinkus. Hey guys, I just got a new dog. Can everyone say hello to Zuma for me? Took my glasses off to fuck your mom. I have astigmatism. I have PPSD. Fun fact, Lola Bunny Challenge is guerrilla marketing for Arby's new roast beef sandwich. Have a nice day. Oh my God! Don't Google that. Tell him, Steve, Dave. Andrew Tate is missing because God sex trafficked him back. John Strickland. Ew. Derek read the rest of these stupid names. I'm tired. Merck's 1889. Downey McFrowney. Altering universe where Sweeney is exactly the same in every way except he's a big Reagan supporter. Where do women have the curliest hair? Fiji, but you probably misunderstood the question, pervert. Oh, I actually didn't. I interpreted that correctly. So, I should get a little praise for that. The First Church of Keith David, Gay the Pray Away. Not only did I run Simba over with my 2003 Silverado, I also got the Queen. Biden is next. Drunken Doulahan, Pre-Roz, Los Homos Hermanos, Blake 896, Fucking Kill Me, Ryan Lucchese, Sloshy Scout, Video, The Snark Tank Trio, Never Sings, Never Gonna Give You Up is on YouTube if you're interested. I'll look it up. Depraved McBooty Warrior, Baba Booty, Blocked by Steve Shives, Alaskan Oilfield Trash. Please update the Snark Tank animated playlist. I gotta do that too. Fuck. I've been so fucking preoccupied. Sue Hulk, Game Controller 25. Danny DeVito is a stealth trans man. Chris, when are you gonna get back to me? I showed you my several head collection out of confidence. Marcus Penis and the number 69 and the Coal Train running a train on Queen Mira. Lobotomized Jesus and his Mary Metaphysical the loathsome cum eater to the wretched semen swallower to infinity and fuck me in my asshole. The only stick I touch while driving is my penis. Parentheses I masturbate while driving. Yummy yummy yummy. Come inside my tummy. Jackson Absage, Badly Brave, Hugger Dark, the movie theater manager, Aetherian, Chris Kate, Mojo, Hunting Ass, Melphis 1, Hexblade, Warlock Supremacist, and King of Haphazard as always. Have a nice day. I'm out.